We'll see what OG can do, but it wasn't exactly an spirited performance on DUST2, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, check this out. You want to see some team spirit? 3 players already in mid. Xanteras finds the first headshot. Keto now taking it back for Big Clan. We got a little bit of a fight going on, and Keto can't kill them all, but he's done his job, that's for certain. Bomb is currently stuck in the underground. Xanteras is very much ready for Alexi.
Oh my goodness.
He's just sitting in there like a little rat. Oh.
That's a find. Well, they know. Oh my God. What is this? Oh, is he gonna do it
with the skeleton, please?
He's gonna bring him to his other teammate.
Yeah, money.
There we go. What, do you get extra because it's skeleton or no?
No, just style points. Alexi, he's then found out to be hiding in the
underpass. But did Xanteras? Did Xanteras not see him, but then was still? Did he see him? I feel like it looked like he jumped in a pit and jumped out, and then just kind of stood there. I don't know if he realized he was there. At first, it looked like he knew more, but that's actually such an insane bonus. Now, the worst thing you can do here is buy an op. That's what some people try to do. They buy the op in the second round, and then they op a bunch of Glocks. It's like literally, it doesn't make sense. Save the money, invest it, you know? Make your money work for you.
He gets an A1S instead.
I like that.
Have you switched yet?
To the A1S?
Yeah.
Mentally, I've switched, but I haven't really been able to play any games. It's just been. I tweet too much. Been tweeting too much.
Searson gonna come up from the underground. A couple of players for OG kind of stuck in there. MP9 goes back for it.
There's a couple of M4A1S users on here. Yeah, Tabson's putting on the M4A1S commercial as well. So surely we have to switch over to the M4A1S now.
Well, you know, we have that little segment in between matches where the players talk about any kinds of, like, I think it's called counter quirks, any weird binds or whatnot. And I noticed today Tabson was saying that he has a bind on his keyboard that unbinds mouse 2.
Yeah, for the
USP is what he said. But obviously he would probably apply that to the A1S as well.
That one is interesting to me
cool.
because does that mean that right click no longer unbinds the USP or not? Because the only reason I want that change is so I don't misclick.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be a cool option to add into the game, just so that, you know, some people don't ever take off their silencers. Like, you know, most normal people, yeah.
And then other people are simple.
Are simple, yes.
Who, all of last night...
Definitely not a normal person.
Had an unsilenced USP.
And an ungodly performance.
Wild stuff. But here we are in the first gun round for OG. Time to see what they have to offer on this offense. Already Big Clan doubling down on this defense. 2 players push forward on short. Another smoke on mid. Alexi's going to fire some shots. That draws a little bit of attention. But it's going to be the balcony play that could go big. Keto and Xanteras, they lock that one down between the 2 of them, and Tabson, he extends into middle. Utter shutdown coming out of big. No op needed on that play. And Keto... well, he upgrades into the AK, chucking away the MP7, and getting Big Clan into a very strong start.
Some of the flaws here on the T side have been exploited by Big Clan when it comes to the T side, getting into sites. Just a little bit messy right now from OG, so they'll have to clean it up. It's not looking too good. A little bit too frustrated for, you know, this early on, I feel. But seems like the mood's not exactly there at the moment. Hard to influence the mood too much. This is the mood you want. Look at that smile. Wonderful.
Jubilee.
Did you know that seaweed is high in iodine?
I didn't.
And if Connor wants to survive radiation poisoning in the future, you could eat more seaweed. What do you think?
Who said that to you?
Anders has been messaging me. He said, let me know if you need more of these facts. He said, I think it really helps the broadcast. And then he corrected himself and said, I guess it's not really so much radiation poisoning as it is thyroid cancer.
Oh, thank you.
Amendment. But looking out for your best interest, you should eat some dried seaweed now.
We would love to have you here. You are missed. Happy belated birthday.
Was his birthday recently?
His birthday is like a day after Vince's because they were made in the same laboratory.
Oh.
Or rather, Vince was made in a lab
after
Anders.
Right. Yeah, before.
No, Anders couldn't put it on the exact same day.
True.
That'd be too obvious.
Too obvious, true. Okay, so the incendiary coming out to stop this wrap, but it is, of course, a wrap. tabseN will let one go and tell his teammate to turn around. They get a kill apiece.
And an M4.
Tizian stays alive. They still have pick control. They're doing just fine so far. Unless...
his second. Then it's Zanteres from the pit to try and close in on what is left here. They've got that site control. Quick little tap from Keto. Mantu, fake bomb plant called out. Keto, he does not move a muscle. He does not believe your shenanigans. He knows you're not bomb planting.
What's that on the floor? Radiator?
Yeah, it looks like a heater. Got to keep the feet warm.
Make sure to eat the seaweed so you don't get radiator poisoning. No, I'm sorry.
Look at the scoreboard from OG. 4 kills for Mantu, 1 kill on Issa, 0 for Valda, NBK, and Alexi B.
Things are not looking too hot. And you know what? I'm gonna wake up when they wake up. I'm gonna wake up with them. I'm gonna wake up with them, like the sun that comes into your bedroom in the morning. You know, wake up together. So let's wake up, OG, because I want to wake up.
Huva hoamenda.
Huva hoamenda. Hey, huva hoamenda. Mitakulu.
What'd you call me?
What's your response?
I don't know. Those sounded like fighting words.
Nope. Just said, how are you?
Valda's looking for a fight top banana. Gets an op shot sent beyond him. Falls back. Not a gunfight they favor. An affinity for the A site, it seems, OG. At least early days here. We are 5 rounds deep on their T side.
So some of the good retake or A site utility they use will be between Zanteres and the pit and Tizian. They like to re-molly lane and take control of it. I always trust when I watch them that they're going to retake lane very often. Here they've got eyes pressed on it the whole time. So OG, they didn't really do much in terms of trying to actually take control of it. But at the same time, it's still a 2-3 setup. So they're fine to hit the B site if they'd like to. Pretty fair fight if you ask me. What the hell? The roof is on fire.
Oh, they're going to have to follow the leader into the B site. If Valda ever gets going with NBK right by him, but utility going to keep him back for now. tabseN reposition onto the coffin. A little bit of team damage trickling in as OG really boiled this down to the final waning moments. 10 seconds on that clock, and tabseN, he just needs to stop bomb. Oh, Valda saves it with a crucial headshot. And Alexi B, what are you doing down there? Just hiding in the tunnels.
You know what?
Like a tunnel snake.
Weird take, but I think it's actually perfectly fine in this situation to have executed when they did.
Okay. It just didn't look to me like they wanted to wait that long. It was such good utility from Big.
So only because they got top B and top mid so clean, or they just left and got to top B and it was clean. In that situation, if they maybe were scared of some kind of like heavier stack, then they would want to. The novelty, of course, of waiting long enough. Look at the health bars here. It's kind of crazy how close this comes. But the novelty of waiting long enough, waiting till close to the end of the round, is that's when the most amount of mistakes will happen on the CT side. Things get very pressurized. You might make that last-second rotation. People are ideally lowest on utility. And that's where it can make sense. Where it looks awful is when the clock runs out because you don't get the entries and whatever. But, of course, with a very, very nice B execute, and you have a feeling they're both in the site in certain positions, you can flush them out and kind of expect to get the entries. If you lose, don't get the entries, you suck. But there wasn't much counter utility there we saw from Big. I do think that was a bit of a sketchy round though, from how they started out, because they had the false sense of security that like nobody was at lane, that there wasn't some kind of heavy rotate over. Well, Searson very lucky nobody peeks here. He'll start to fall back. Zanteres though has got a very nice angle here into the halls. That's a straight-on duel one, and it looks like they're going to continue forward with the flash. But now they'll think differently of it. Wow, they're just, they're getting melted down like a cheese string in the microwave, Connor.
Not again. What else did you put in the microwave? There's got to be something else.
I like to just put the cheese string in and watch it spin and circle slowly. Talk about radiation
so
poisoning.
Much. tabseN going to get caught out in the open, so a chance for a wave into the B site. Do they puncture through?
Wow, I think Big will actually allow them to get a plant here. So,
oh, that one kill is everything so far. But there's a little gap.
Oh my goodness.
Little gap for Searson. They jump over top. Still 2 players in front of Tizzy, and his spray finds nothing for his efforts. And yeah, we've got ourselves a post plant. Now, there's no utility for OG, but they're going to get aggressive over on the coffins. Keto right in front of it. Oh. That is a perfectly timed flash from Tizian. And now it's just a matter of besting Valda. Now, 3 of these CTs are low HP. Their shots already soaring through smoke. Valda buys a little bit of time, tries to find the spray, but the op connects to his head, and Big Clan will still end up winning their 5th round. It could have been a total shutdown had Tabson not died in the open, but a good recovery nonetheless.
Most of this round, you got to give points to Big, right? Throughout the round. They're getting all the hits in. They get the opening 2 kills. They can allow OG into B, but look at this, the retake utility, the perfect, that flash timing is just extraordinary. From Tizian. What more can you ask for there? Unlucky, you know, OG are about to peak, about to peak, but at the same time, that's exactly when Big are expecting them to peak, so well done, well handled. The CT side is a brick wall at the moment.
Tizian hearing this rambunctiousness towards mid. Ooh, decides to go for the incendiary. Now that does still substantial damage on Mantu. A little bit of chip off Issa and Alexi. Not the end of the world for Big, as they still have this defense in sight, but it is very much only Xanterez. Now, his teammate comes out from smoke. Keto goes down. Xanterez unable to get himself a second. Tabson, he's going to get wrecked by Issa. And now Searson walks right into the lying weight of Valda for OG's 2nd round. They burst by the mid-hold, and it's smooth sailing from there on out.
Wow. That was a quick entry. I think the awkward situation here is the molly is at lane. It's to stop the opera from peeking mid, right? But then Tizian, he sees one at mid, then tries to fall back. The molly's there, and then he's like, well, I've got to fight. So I just throw down my molly. Pretty much knows he's going to die. They go for the trades. They just keep it at a high pace, and it ends up working out well. Very awkward situation on the wrap. Xanterez shooting at his own teammates. 2 players die rotating inside of smokes.
That's 4 rounds back and forth, and we've got a B fight early. Keto, he's just going to slide through that first one. Searson, well, he's able to fall back, but it's Valdo over towards Banana where the trade comes in. All of Big's players were just looking to retreat once they had that 5v4, but Keto gets killed. Look at this, gamble stack. Tizian starts to bring this back, but with utility from Valda, I mean, if OG commit here and now, this is Big with a save, certainly.
But they've got enough, right, to go for it. They're a bit far on the A site, yes. Yeah. I don't think they're going to rotate through CT or through mid either. What's going on? They're actually sitting all the way. Searson is so late to the party here. They don't have banana control, which might not matter because they have a smoke for it. So they could potentially, they've got 2. The way they should look at it is 2 isolated in the site for the fights. Utilities coming through.
The bomb's already near that halfway point, really not giving themselves much room to work with.
Okay.
And NBK executes Tabs in the moment he jumps up onto the coffins. Valda comes out with a headshot. Searson only answer until Tizian also gets in. And a second from Searson's sniper, but NBK, this deep position and no time on the clock.
What are they doing?
They've played themselves.
Okay, they're just thinking about going for it, but like no time. Yeah, that was a bad smoke there in CT. As you pointed out, it came down to so little time because it was already halfway gone before they started to commit. Searson a very late rotation over to B. Maybe not exactly getting the communication there. Things look a little bit off. But if they had rotated in faster and used their utility properly, like that smoke could have gone down on Banana way earlier, and then MBK would have been behind it. They could have been literally sticking the bomb in that moment, 2-on-1. So very, very odd, I would say, from Big Clan's perspective. They're going with a lot of the cut fruit.
Yes, you saw that clip where
what was it, watermelon?
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Now we've got what looks like oranges.
Mangoes, maybe?
Mangoes, maybe.
They look smooth.
There's some paler yellow pieces, maybe pineapples mixed in.
That would be pretty cool.
It is a real
orange delight.
It's a real fruit salad.
Yeah. Where's the vegetable salad?
Yeah, what do you call that?
I'll have to ask DJ. I am personally not that worried for Big Clan so far. I think OG have made a scrappy half of it. I kind of like how they're just forcing the fights early on. I think that's the brand of OG esports on T sides. But I think Big Clan looked very, very solid in the few rounds that they won just before these two recent losses. Now, that being said, the game does get close, right? We'll get up to 10 rounds, basically, if OG win this, and it'll be likely tied.
Nice.
Oh, man, that
done.
delayed shot, and it's on a specific angle. No shame in Valda peeking that, but not surprised he died for it.
And he falls all the way back towards the CT cross. Nobody from OG over on B. Tons of time. Tons of time to play with. And that M4 sits within the bomb site. No matter what, Tizian, he is not going to give up this position. He has to be the boulder that everybody else is just working around. And you can see that little trifecta of pistol players.
You're going to go back?
Looking possible. Is that a boost going on Arch? Absolutely. Xanteras, he's going to look to cheat an angle into mid. Issa coming in. He sees the shadows, and somehow Xanteras still takes that headshot. Every day of the week, Issa thought he was going to walk in and topple that totem pole.
The man is sharper than Japanese steel with these peaks.
Follow-up CT smoke on Arch side. There is still very much a chance that OG can run it back to the beat. No, not even. 20 seconds.
Man, they're taking their time. Oh, no, they're going to commit forward. 19 seconds. As you pointed out to the clock, they've got to make a decision. It's not looking good.
Remember, A1S inside of the site. That's what this all kind of hinges on. And he's got a great angle to both dodge the flashes and deal with the players. But one does get into pit. Two instant headshots. It's on Xanteras. He needs to stop the bomb right now, and he can't. It is so close. Mantu, 30 HP. He succeeds in planting. Alexi gives him cover. And Alexi getting into the pit is the reason any of that even works. OG down to the absolute wire. And Searson, this has to be a tantalizing attempt. But a save must be in the back of his mind. OG, call it luck, call it skill, call it a little bit of both. They find that fourth round, but they absolutely sweat for it.
I think it's only fair to characterize it as both, is what you're saying. There's definitely a couple of elements there. They hit the 6 entries, but they clearly, you could see by their movements, were picking the site too late. They came in, they got all these fortunate entries. I think there's a mistake on the target selection. So when the bomb's planted here, Xanteras takes the shot on the first player when he should have just swung out and killed the bomb planter. The guy who was on lane was not looking at him. And if he just denied the plant, they would have won. Instead, he went for the shot. He activated the alarms of his other opponent over in the pit, and then set himself up to potentially die trying to kill the bomb planter. But it shouldn't have come down to that. They had a couple extra ways into that round.
Fighting to alt mid, looking like Big want to turn up the tempo. Smoke grenade in front of the B site. NBK on damage control gets back Xanteras. So man advantage, and the Opper's gone down. NBK killing Searson, I'm assuming inside of the apartments. Looks like he was maybe peeking. Yeah, that right there.
In the window room. All punished in alt.
Whoa. Oof.
Listen, this is one of the take what you can get halves here from OG. Similar to what we saw in DUST2.
Sure enough.
Very, very scary rounds. They're not playing clock down CS. Everything seems to be happening a little bit late, and they're getting some very fortunate entries in some places. But when all is said and done, they've tied up on rounds. The confidence is probably coming back up, whether it's coming from the right place or not. And now we'll see. I think, Big are just going to look to not make mistakes and see if they can do well here with better guns. They had to forfeit a couple of rounds because OG won a very important swing round. But, Big are making their own mistakes as well. That retake on B site, kind of disorganized, cost them a lot of bodies. It has to be mentioned.
They did a good job of just curbing the economy, buying what they could, and then still coming in with everything they need here in the 11th. This could be a good chance for Big to get back on the board, but we can't forget OG, 4 in a row now. 1 away from being on fire.
It's been a lot of rounds where arch has been opened up, but of course it's only possible because Xanteris has eyes on boiler and lane, perched up in his birdhouse. Remember when Ocean told Brax to get out of his treehouse when he was sitting up there in a scrim? That was a classic moment. Some decent damage here. Softens him up, ripe for the FAMAS and the M4s. It's exactly what you want. I would take 20 damage AoE on 5 players than 80 damage on 1, if that was even possible. So it's just not.
Do you remember that time Ocean let his teammate just burn in a Molotov?
Yes, I do. That actually happened twice, which is incredible.
tabseN's gonna tuck just next to the boxes. Oh, Valda finding him as he tries to reposition back into it. Keto, he's gonna get himself a FAMAS frag, but Alexi has dealt with Searson. Fire at his feet, and Keto, ferocious, still able to get that second kill. Very few seconds to spare, but NBK gets that bomb down. A 2v2 retake attempt. Tizian and Xanteris looking to fuse together and get the better of Issa and NBK. But it's not always that easy. We've got utility for Xanteris. Frag grenade over towards the new box. Issa behind the fountain, catching him off guard. He took the risk of standing in the open. Tizian knows he's there, but NBK also on an off angle, and OG on a spree. 5 rounds straight.
It's another round. Late into B when things get the most tense. You see that the FAMAS pops off because of that early nade damage. Keto doesn't get any assists on this, but the instant 1-bullet headshots, the easy spray downs, all because of that early damage on Banana. And they had the 3 rotate over to the B side, so Big are going to be quite upset they lose a round like this. The holds could have been even better, but want to shout out Valda for getting the spray down on tabseN. Sometimes if you wait long enough, right, and you wait long enough and you give people space on their site, they're going to end up in their favorite position.
Right.
And if you know what their favorite position is, you don't have to see him to kill him.
You feel him out. And for a second there, it was looking like tabseN was going to be tucked underneath the bullets.
Yeah.
And then he jumped back up right into the crosshair.
If only you could see what we saw.
Only if you could all see what I see.
I see mangoes.
And pineapples. That's got to be a melange. A mix.
So you're watch this. Yeah. Right into it.
Like, you're pre-firing where I should be. You deserve this.
You go here, I shoot.
Jumps up into his own death.
Wow.
Hey, yo!
Taking a lead.
Little run boost over OG. Welcome to the lead. It's only a 1-round difference, but it's something to be proud of. They had to fight pretty hard to get here. Some very nasty mid-round moments that OG have got the better of. And this T-side taken off. Valda met by Searson's scout. Quick headshot right back the other direction and a smoke inside of library, but a flash goes over, and that could have been Keto's kill versus Montu, but no. Xanteris creepy crawling with the deagle. Gonna miss all his shots. Every last one.
Wow, a really good try. Man, there's been such a high percentage of eco rounds here. OG are winning in such a way that Big are not saving their guns. They're getting the rounds so close on the executes that Big feel compelled to go for the retakes, but they're not winning a high percentage of these retakes and not coming into it. And I mean, even sometimes coming into it with a player advantage and still not winning the retakes. So, yeah, this is what's been so costly and really shocked the economy here of Big Clan, allowed OG to have the easiest route back. I would say, you know, they're not doing a whole lot that's too interesting once again here on T-side, but these late round B execs just like focusing and relying on their entries where some of the early rounds didn't work out so well. It's a, you know, super sensible game plan based on what we've seen.
Sees that contact. Good grenade. Ooh, Mantu finds a headshot onto Searson. That was the op peeking down middle.
Damn.
Ooh, Xanteris.
Oh, that's a very awkward fight. It can come from any size on your screen at that point.
Every single kill now just going the way of OG. Every single player picking up their duel.
Wow.
Xanteris hanging out like a spider monkey, was not able to get anything off of the balcony. Really looked like he had the element of surprise.
Yeah, but you'd only get one, right? That's the only tricky part about sitting up there. I think that spot is strengthened if it's going to be a slower default up to mid. But if you think you're going to fly around the corner, you maybe want to be somewhere else. And that's the two-man punish in the post-plant situation. Once again, OG wiping everybody out, right? At the very least, Big, it'd be nice if they could save a couple guns on some of these rounds, but they don't do that. And see, the problem with being up there is you can see how the two T's fly around the corner. One flies around from low, one flies around from the back. It's really hard adjustment. It's hard to judge. There's no perfect crosshair placement for you up there, so you do set yourself up to get traded out. Not
a position like behind the porch either, where you could just line up players because you're on the same plane as them.
Exactly.
You're never going to get a multi-kill spray down without some kind of snap adjustment. So I'm seeing what you're saying, Coach Lau. I'm seeing what you're saying, and I'm seeing what OG are slaying. Every CT, one after another in these gun rounds, so these pistols shouldn't be too much. But we have seen Big Clan make moments with this. Early B presence turned into what could be the A execute, and Big Clan, they're going to get ahead of it. They move Tizian over to Library, 2 players over on Arch. Zanteres, well, he's going to walk through the apartments. Ooh, NBK. Kind of gets scared by that. Now, that's an AK given over to Zanteres. They did not have a gun until this moment. Searson, you better take your pistol back out. You got 3 Ts right there.
Oh, Jesus.
Lays it back down. Alexi runs through it. P250 comes up short. Alexi wrapping around through Arch now. Tizian's going to call this for Tabson, who falls back. 40 seconds. Looking to kernel the defense on site. And of course, OG at any moment could just walk back onto A, but they know that AK's somewhere over there. So surely, no matter the numbers of Big Clan back B, that, you'd think, is the easier task. Keto pushes past the doorway, and, well, it is easily shut down. Tabson's still here. 15 seconds left. Mantu's going to be going for that bomb plant. Tizian's looking for the kill versus Alexi. He did just lay in some damage, but the bomb plant really bodes well for OG. Pistols pestering the terrorists, but nothing comes of it. Valda off the top rope with a double kill, and Zanteres now just hopes to save as OG take their 9th.
Another clean one. Again, we're talking about maybe 6 of these rounds on the way back. Well, maybe not 6. Probably like 5 of these rounds on the way back have been either half-buys or pistols, because they're punishing on every single round, getting 5-kill rounds every single time. Like, how many of these rounds have been 5-kill rounds on the CT side? How many saves are we looking at from this?
2
the
saves
point they started winning?
Early on.
So they've saved in total.
Now 3.
In this entire 9-round spree, or 8-round spree, Big Clan have saved a total of 4 players across 9 rounds here on Inferno. So when they lose badly, and that's resulted in a lot of pistoling rounds.
And of the 8 rounds that OG have won in a row, 2 of them by way of 1 survivor. And those are in the rounds that, of course, OG are also saving.
Bustling economy
Big
at the
Clan,
moment.
excuse me.
For OG.
Yeah, they got that money. They've got that money.
Okay, so one final good try of it. This one's for posterity, Big Clan. Let's see if you can deal with the mistakes that you've made. Not die early on, I think, is a big one. Mantu out-opping your opper with a rifle. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, it's the Mantu and Valda show. 11-7, Mantu. 13-9 for Valda. Zanteres and Keto, the top fraggers, at 11 kills apiece for Big Clan.
Full passive. They want this round to come to them again. Let's see if they try to retake lane. We've got a couple of players pressed up, I think, for this specific situation. But we don't know if they're going to try it. It looks like they're just going to go for the gamble. This is where Big are not too happy, I guess, about what's happened so far. And this is actually would be a great call from Alexi B to try to hit A in this position. It looks like Big Clan, they've been so conditioned. It's going to be late B, it's going to be late B. But not this time. What on earth?
Zanteres thinking about getting a little adventurous here. Just playing on the side of the site. We've got all 5 players for OG ready to go. Alexi is looking to contest on Arch. Bomb coming up the short side. Alexi runs right into the crosshair of Tabson, so that certainly helps. And if he gets that AUG scope up on Balk, then suddenly OG, they could be in a world of hurt. Tabson, he sees them trickling down into the pit. The first of 3 dead. Santeras in from the corner, 10 seconds left. He just needs to survive. And they're gonna have time for this plant, just barely. It is low HP on 2 of the remaining 3 for OG. keto and Searson, nothing to lose. The final round of the first 15. No kick currently on the play. keto, single flashbang. How does he set up Searson's op for a retake? And NBK, at any moment, he could throw his flash back. Right now, he cowers in the little pit, not wanting to be spotted. Flash into the site. keto's going to start swinging. Doesn't take down Valda. Searson's able to jump onto the box, but Issa shuts that down. OG, double dig. Big Clan, well, they're going to be taken to the T side. So let's see what they've got for us on Inferno. Right now, seems like OG are the better team. This is their map pick, after all. We got dual Berettas on the field.
Dual Berettas. I like how you said that.
Dual Berettas. And they're not ketos, as they could be.
Should be.
But rather Alexi bees. Let's see them. Well, that was short-lived. Santeras, he's going to pick those bad boys up. And sure enough, catch the kill to Valda. Rotate from the spawn. Searson just gets wrecked by NBK, who hard clears tree. Dual Berettas on Santeras, right into the face.
Oof.
Issa and Mantu coming in from different directions. Tizzy and Smoke soon to fade. And sure enough, Issa was distracted. Now it's Mantu with the CZ. And he, wow, sprays into the face of Tizzy. And them dual Berettas working magic for Santeras. But, wow, yeah.
He's got 4 with those, right?
He got 1 kill with his Glock and then 3 off the Berettas, I think.
Yeah. Wow, well done. Let's get a replay on that.
That's there it is.
With the Glock. Wow, what a whip up.
And even after that, he has the disrespect to throw them away for a CZ75.
You know what I always ask myself? I'd like if I, I get 3 kills with a deagle in a round on an eco, and I see an AK in front of me, I'm like, I'm going to pick up this AK. Did the AK get me 3 kills this round? No, the deagle did.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up the AK for next round, but I'm keeping the deagle out for the deagle 4K highlight clip.
I feel you. keto, Mac 10 rush.
Oof, punished when he doesn't fully commit. Falls back into that nade. 6 to 10 here for the Big Clan. What are the odds on T side? I think they do have a very good T side, but OG, I would say I was very concerned in that first half with how they were playing. They started to come back off some scrappy openings, and then in that final round was a very nice round for them. They had the perfect call. This time they went towards A. They forced Big Clan to gamble over towards B, and it wasn't like they got lucky with entries in the site in the last few seconds. They actually just kind of outplayed them in terms of strategy. So far, I have to be honest, I haven't been too impressed with either of these teams on either of these maps. More so with Big Clan on CT sides, with retake situations, and some of the early rounds on this map. But I feel like there's still a lot more to show from these teams specifically, considering they picked these maps. But
that's a compromise.
Yeah, it'll be a chance here for Big Clan to show us what they can do on T side.
Well, for the time being, they're still leaning over towards this CT stack. Mantu trying to run over so that he can get into the action, but everybody left for OG is technically in position to still stop this. And, well, the HP's so low on the majority of Big Clan, but everybody still stands, and that's the biggest issue. Valda, he's going to find the headshot through the coffins. A second attempt, and Valda's not able to stop it this time around, but look at the health for Big.
They could be blown over
by a stiff breeze.
Like a piece of paper here. They're so low. Everyone's low.
Like autumn leaves.
Like Mantu leaves.
Now I'm trying to figure out if there's any other players who have
to figure out that Mantu could be an anagram for autumn.
Yeah.
It's Andrew's brain. He's got a cool brain, I think.
Andrew's one of a kind. Do you think there's any other players that have ananagrams names? Anamagramma
Banana phone. Do-do-do-do-do.
Bomb pops, OG walk away with 2 players up. 3 alive for Big Clan, 4 alive. 3 Mac 10s. Excuse me. This kill over towards the A site ends up netting them nothing. They wanted B and they got it. I want to see that Valda wallbang. It's on the bomb planter, so it's pretty predictable, but still looked clean. Felt clean.
Mm-hmm.
What's the buyback? A smoke and a flash. That's what Valda and Issa add to their savings. The pistols that they had grandfathered forward. Scout on Mantu. That could still be big. Keto gonna jump challenge around these corners. Mantu hitting his shot, but Keto then gets him. Unarmored. Basically, just gets ripped apart by MAC-10s.
Well, they tried to envelop the site. It'll leave MBK to fight for his own, and he'll end up dying. Activate Searson here to try to collect some money with the MAC-10 kills, and instead he'll get shooed back after getting dinked up. So, Plant comes in. So far, so good for Big. We can really talk about this next round. I'm very excited to see what will happen in this next round and what OG CT side setups are going to look like. Admittedly, I feel like I haven't seen OG pick into Inferno a lot in many of the series I remember. I'm just going to go ahead and take a look and see, because they obviously played a hell of a lot of Flashpoint games recently.
Jump in, not going to work. Valda getting the better of it, and well, Issa's here to help. Those were just the MAC-10s, though. It's the AKs that you'd think Big really want to save. And that smoke grenade should ensure it. Well, spoiler alert. We've got the Valda wallbang coming up.
Well, it looks like the Inferno pick has been pretty perpetual with OG recently. It's been their first pick almost every single game they played at Flashpoint, actually. And it's existed in every single veto, whether or not they picked it. So they've never banned it. Okay. Which, why would they, I guess? Inferno's, not a map that's going to get banned very often. But just about every single game I'm looking at, they have gone for that. Which I really expected Mirage to be that one. But of course, it's a separate demon to try to play against Big Clan on Mirage. Also could be quite difficult. So, where does this leave us? 8-10. This could be the last map of the series if Big Clan make a heroic run of it here on T-side. But high expectations for what we can see here from OG, from Mantu, from the CT side. They're quite wide open here on Arch. Past a minute 30, no pressure up mid here from Big Clan. The CTs will take full control at the bottom of it. And wisely, Big Clan go get some map control where it's easy first. Of course, eventually the smokes will be up on the bottom of mid, on the bottom of B, and then they can decide from there. So I think there's a pretty optimal setup on CT side. They've got the op peeking, they've got the 4A setup, they've jump spotting on the half wall, but a great flash. And some rifle support in the back. I don't know how MBK doesn't get blind, but good on him if he was playing anti. That allows the trade to come down nice and swiftly.
Turns Big Clan back a bit.
This is already a much more high-level round than what we saw in the first half. From both sides.
Alexi, will he peek into this? Is he going to let Tabson walk all the way in? Gives him the chance to fire back. Half health on all three of these initial combatants. NBK is still yet to be seen. Despite having a kill, it was just that blind side. Now he's been spotted. He gets hit by Searson, but the kill doesn't come in. A desperate spot for Searson, swapping over the AK, 5 seconds left. NBK lucky to be alive after that op shot connects to his legs. But it is OG with their first CT round.
They had a small gap in the defense early on here at Arch, but as we saw, as soon as Big Clan came back to it, they were double stacked. We see that flash dodge. Thank you, production, for that from MBK. That's just beautiful. And then a great round from him overall to live on the site. Take that leg shot. They're doing well. And Big Clan, they tested on both sides. They lose out on their default coming to Arch and then back on B as well. So now, yeah, definitely looks like OG. I can see why they were looking forward to this side. But it's still a good test from Big Clan. Still expecting some more tricks out of them.
Keto can't make the most of it. Until I say that. Thought for sure he'd have Alexi with how blind he was. Look at this AK.
Oh, they had to leave the AK there. Wow, I can't believe Alexi doesn't pick
Yoink.
it up.
Mantu gonna find the shot into Xantares, but then missed the follow-up. Keto, he's doing it all here in round number 20. Single CT on site in Alexi B, already low because of the deagle damage we saw early. Misses some shots, and Searson gonna absolutely maximize the moment. With very little tools to work with, Big Clan robbing around right back, and Searson through smoke What was that? Man's shooting homing missiles.
Well.
Laser beams.
Tough to have to characterize that one by a missed op shot from Man2. I feel like a couple things were weird there. Number one, Alexi doesn't pick up the AK on the ground when his teammate dies. I think he could have hung out at top banana. He had a teammate, so he could have either fought or picked up the AK and left. But leaving with just the MP9, not protecting the gun, that was that really powered up Big Clan. And then Man2, sure, you go for the repeat. I mean, it's versus that max a rifle, but missing the shot.
Costly.
It opens up the round totally. And then Alexi B misplays from oranges a little bit, lets his opponent get a bit too far across. And this is, as soon as the swap comes in,
he goes for the peek.
Yeah, they go for the peek, they get the kill.
What is this?
And that's like Monty's swap used against MBK. Tough. No save for you. Oh. What do you think that reaction is to?
It gotta be the shot through smoke.
Shot through smoke.
Okay. Sometimes it do be like that. And the flash through apps. Tizian sitting on the other side. Ooh, good damage from Issa. Good kill. Immediately walks away with it. Now, not able to recover that extra gun. And 3 CTs on pistols, but perfect flashbang. Alexi, he's able to get 2 kills off of that push with the MP9. He never stopped shooting. Or running, for that fact.
And they got eyes all over the place. They're going through the halls push. They had peek down mid. They got a rotation over towards B. They've got full control in this round. MBK has alt locked up. I don't know. I guess he's falling back, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, he went and grabbed the gun from Tizian.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a great spot to try to hold on to an off angle and alt for some information, and then have a teammate either cheat over or play from Speedway. But of course, if it comes towards A, then he might be in an interesting position. MBK instead, he's just kind of patrolling between the angles here in the halls, and the execute looks to come towards B. 2v2.
Smoke grenade in the face of Issa. We've got Valda on the Deagle backside, now going to be burned into the open. Xanteres should be able to keep him. No one's watching the molly.
Molly miss?
No, it just spread a little bit late. But there was a moment there where Valda, had he known it, could have swung out with nobody really watching him. Xanteres, he was more concerned with that CT cross bomb planted. Keto deals with the coffin man, and then he gets wrecked by Montu downtown with the P250. And a 12th round for OG off the B site.
Well, a great round for Montu. Man, this game is so damn scrappy. Just back and forth, so many like half ecos being won. I love that Issa fights in that position from the construction, like knowing that MBK is about to swing on that target as well. That's real selfless from him. And as you mentioned, never stop believing, never stop running, never stop shooting. Alexi B's got that tattooed on his chest. A crispy one tap.
I'll take that one more time if we can.
Hey, after the shot you hit last round, my friend, you deserve anything.
Yeah, right. It's like, watch this.
That was nice. That definitely added a few years onto keto.
What goes around comes around. Searson gonna try to get to the top of brackets.
I respect it. I think, they're seeing the early B pressure, so they're gonna try to squeeze the top mid. They get the free mid control. They can try to stop rotators coming in. No op is in position, so a couple of strong angles and a lot of space that Searson has made so far this game, but he'll take a tag trying to cross.
Damn.
Oh my god, there's so much pressure everywhere. It's hard to say where the first fight's going to come down. Good luck, DJ.
Keto's looking to keep Alexi in this position. Molotov didn't flush him forward, but as he walks in, he gets instantly shut down. We got a player back in pit and 2 on side this A site. The real play, arch to B. Big Clan start to sniff that out. Tabson goes back. The thing is if the bomb goes down banana, Keto's on 53 HP.
Immediately, OG have to retake mid control. So, yeah, they're going to do that.
Yep. And Valda, he's on high alert. They're coming at him.
Tizian's in alt. Underpass now.
It's all about the multi-kill. Nobody's watching this position. Valda, he's spotted, and he's only able to get himself 1. Now, luckily for OG, they also get that kill back in mid. Tabson's going to plant in the front of the site. And then drop that smoke towards Banana. NBK, oh, just completely wrecked by Xanteres. As that smoke fades. Poor NBK, he gets splattered. And Big Clan now, they're going to take double digits off the back of this. There was a chance for Valda. Absolutely.
Yeah, surprised that at that point he even got cleared, but that's, you know, he's good on him for being patient. Definitely still getting a kill is pretty huge, and it's an unlikely situation considering how well set up Big were. As you pointed out nice and early, they had Arch open, mid a split to B was the play, and they got reorganized just in time. Credit to OG for going ahead and knowing, you know, we've got to retake mid control, get something back to help out Valda in case that is the situation, or just reclaim mid in case the T's are still around mid. We get the fights there. And wow, he almost incidentally gets cleared. I'm not exactly sure what tips him off, but just very nervous about every situation. Very close, but I think it was an unlikely round for OG. I don't think they should be too upset about that. It's more about what happened in the early round that got him to that point. So
5 rounds back and forth.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool. It's hard to say who's going to win this game. 2 rounds of difference. This lead is diminishing for OG. Wow, what a revenge series this would be for Big Clan to 2-0 OG right? Back.
And then, I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself, but if revenge is on the menu, we've got Astralis Mouse Sports after this.
My goodness. We're going to get the Redux, the best of 3. I'm hoping to see Inferno.
I don't care what we get. I'm hoping to see Mouse Sports. Yesterday, a shell of themselves. But enough about them. This is the Big and OG show. Right now, we've got a little bit of pressure coming into the A site with utility. We'll see if this peels a player off of B for OG. They went with that 3-player stack. And we do get an adjustment. Mantu bringing the op over. Xanteres through the smoke on Arch. NBK survives the first challenge.
Wow, they really run it. They were trying to do the same thing as last round. But they'll still continue on into a full B hit. No rotation has taken place just yet. Mantu's going to take his peek on Arch, not see anybody. They don't know what's coming. They still don't have Hall's control, but the bomb, it's working. Whoa. They're making a blind decision, as we can see. The smoke is here. Try to bait it forward. 30 seconds. It's going to cause a rotation on Montu. Not going to be a free site, though. Not by any means. MBK, Issa still here. They don't plan to rotate.
Damn, Mantu, he's going to let him slip in.
I don't know if he sees anything.
NBK like the anchor. Issa, he's going to get himself the 1 kill. 8 seconds. They need to clear out NBK. He instantly dies, and Keto takes the bomb plant. Big Clan. Oh, you devilish buggers. They slip into A. Mantu challenging out from library. What is the likelihood of a retake attempt even thrown at this? Their economy is not good. Their lead is slipping through the fingertips, and they will be given a chance to save. Issa, he technically could have gone big off of Balk and gotten both players from Arch side, but you could also argue NBK just needs 1 or 2. And he goes down empty-handed. They honed in on his position like it was nobody's business. An 11th round for Big Clan. A 1-round lead still for OG. But of all of these CT rounds, they have only won 2.
Same thing as the first half, right? Where it comes down to this very last second move. And yes, it's the correct site. There's only 2 here, but they could still win because of the amount of time left on the clock. But they've got them basically hard clearing that position. There's no late utility to work with. It's the same thing Alexi B did to them in the first half. It's happening to them a little bit now. I was thinking OG would be able to hold in that spot, especially after that first Issa kill. But that is, of course, the lay of the land in those very late round situations. The 1 kill is just a round, basically. So they grab it. Oh, a great shot. That fishing rod goes up, takes Alexi out, and
hooks the bass.
Yeah. My goodness. They have dug themselves out of a bad spot in this half.
NBK is going to get adventurous, though. He walks down middle. There's actually a player over here by alt with his head turned.
Oh, Jesus. He's certainly just going to get cleared now, right? Yeah.
Or not. I thought that flash was going to be enough. 3 players grouped up outside of B. Xanteres about to hit Issa. Obviously now OG split down the middle, but bomb comes back because there is so much time. That kill on short side magnetized everybody else from Big Clan. Mantu could just send one through smoke and does so right into the face of Tizian. Predicts the peek from Xanterez and even hits the shot, but it's not rewarded with a kill. Keto caught off guard by Valda, gives the chance for OG to save these last two weapons, but I feel like Big Clan, with all the money they have, may go hunting here.
Yeah, they knew the round was already won. They wanted to try to punish the exits. That's why I said Xanterez just take a risk walking through the smoke. It almost pays off, too.
We're tied at 12.
12, man. Yeah, things have not gotten any easier for OG. The T side off of Searson getting kills, that's scary. These late round situations. There's so many similarities between these two teams. I didn't really expect to see that. Here's that great shot from Searson.
Yeah, easy adjustment.
Yeah. Make a man regret jump spotting. That's one way. Was there a flash to couple with that? Don't even know what the play was that Alexi was making. Just going to take maybe the one jump spot and fall back.
Scoreboard update. We've got 21 and 14 for Valda. 20 and 12 for Xanterez on the other side.
Xanterez, we haven't even seen the big halls pops yet. I think that's one of the coolest things that they do that's very strong. Not sure if they want to do it in this game. But the cool thing about the halls pop is, like, on TD side, you don't always play in the halls. So sometimes it is very easy. Walk up to the end of halls, literally set up a flash and a smoke at mid, and like come through with the entries. And that's where Xanterez is just so good at that kind of situations. Those kinds of situations. But they've still got him working and having impact despite foregoing any kind of, explosive entry rounds like that. They tried to use him to fight MBK through the smoke at Arch. That was one time. He just flew through. He lost the duel. All right, another buy up here. No 2-op adjustments. No, Valda could have potentially dropped money on one if there was any reason they wanted to just change the setup up slightly, try to get an op on both sides. No, they're going to go back to basics. Oh, and they punish again here.
So
wow.
open.
This is kind of oh my goodness.
I love this pace.
He's making a lot of noise though. He's not caught off by Alexi.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Kind of fizzles out, but Searson's still in a good spot to recover. Let's see if Alexi can get another.
Holy, this is a whole new
pace.
Yeah.
Whole new tempo. And Searson getting the better of Alexi as he was looking for his second on the play. Another save, perhaps, out of OG.
Wow. That
is lightning fast.
That's a cool round. I mean, I'm not sure how they read the setup, but they go for the fast arch with one player. They're assuming maybe OG are going for the 3B play, but then they meet up with the B push really quickly in. As soon as they see that he gets killed in spawn, they're thinking, well, this is the only rotator we need for the information. They take that and they catch someone trying to exit into construction. Wow, that was a very unique kind of take of it, how quickly they moved and how they pressed up on both locations. Where the hell did that come from, Big Clan?
Damn, Big. You know what's wild? In the pistol round, okay, we saw Big Clan win by way of elimination. Every single round since then that Big have won, there has been CTs surviving. They are just weaseling their way onto the scoreboard, and now they have that lead. And of all those saves, there has always been at least 2 players for OG minus round 20, the one exception. They are not using kills to get this lead. They're just using those bombs to complete the objective. Objective-based gamers. Nice frag grenade versus Tabson. Let's see if OG can also crank the dial. Tabson gonna get burned out of the cubby. Valda sticking around to try and catch him, and Tabson, well, he's looking for an opening kill as well, but too heated of a position. He falls back. Deep banana control for OG. NBK. That's inside of the apartments, the 2 CT setup. Now Searson, he sees Issa fall back and almost snaps the shot into NBK, who's given us the multi-kill that OG seemed to need. Tabson now gonna try to challenge up this short side, and it's a triple peek from OG to continue the success. NBK, as many kills as letters in his name.
That's a classic line. That was nice. He got all 3 of them. They they really just followed up Searson. He just had a little shot at Tabasco, came up mid. It's like, I'm ready for this. Bring on the CTs. Came through with that op, missed his first shot, hung around a little bit too long. But boy, was he in the wrong neighborhood.
And Alexi still sticks around in his neighborhood long enough to catch that beat.
Yeah, that was weird. And then Tabson comes out and just stands there too, trying to fight 3 different angles. Sure thing. If you'd like to go for it. Could have had the adjustment there from Searson. But yeah, one of those situations where they lose the man advantage. They're like, okay, well, let's just try to make something happen again and again. Both options fail. Weird way to see OG or Big lose a round based on this comeback. That's been more of a grind than anything else. But they're trying to keep the pace high, it looks like. Alexi B will go face first down banana. Not clear out this close corner. I think that Molly, he was expecting it to cover that position, but it only spread to him late.
Valda does get a kill back as he fades away, so 4v4 maintained. And OG's health bar is better for it. Tabson looking like a liability. They're going to start to wrap around on Arch side. Of course, Valda, AK, 23 kills. The top fragger for OG. But he lets 3 Ts cross, or at least it seems so. He sticks around, and they are as well, just inside of this. Valda, I don't know if they're going to anticipate the angle. Searson clears it. And now all of a sudden, there is pressure on Mantu. Nobody coming at him from Banana, but he posts up and gets the better of Searson. Bomb thrown into the open, and Mantu thinking Banana split is a possibility. Not the case.
The flanks are coming in 2 through CT spawn right now. The fight will occur. Essa, 50-50. Xanteris wins that one. MBK looking for the spray transfer.
Transfers back to A.
It is not good enough, and yes, they will be en route to the plant. This is Mantu on a retake in a round that looked like it was a B split for certain.
Damn, that 2 versus 2 could have gone any which way. Xanteris gets the better of it, and Tizian calls him into the action. Mantu swaps to AK. He's got full health, kit, nades. They use their Molotov to block him off for the time being. Still, Xanteris flushed back behind default box. He is so low. 1/5 his HP. Mantu off of the flash, looking for a duel, but nobody's giving it to him, and time is of the essence. Xanteris back with another headshot. 3 kills on the round. The crucial 2K to crack open the CT spawn, and then the closer on top. There may not have been a banana split, but there was certainly a cherry on top.
It was a mix of good awareness, crispy shots being hit, important trades here from Xanteris. It was really just an A map there in the CT spawn between him and Issa. That's the swing duel, right? Issa wins that. I mean, everything will tumble on forward. They'll be able to crush the split. And instead, Big Clan, they'll win that round off that kill. Searson's kill into Valda. They'll bring it to 14. They found a lot of success trying to split through the archway. Very tense moment. Here's OG tried to defend against 15, but it feels like it's coming. They'll have
3 CT rounds.
Yeah, one final go of it. And I think they've won 2 of their CT rounds recently, at least.
2 players on short side. It's a 3-man mid setup. Issa from down beneath.
Oh man, that's how you want to use Xanteris. Very explosive. Tizian, he's applying pressure on the halls. What is a CT adjustment? It looks like a lane split is coming their way, and Tizian's just going to make a move.
Forced into... Oh, what? If he is jumping, then someone arrest this man. An absolute robbery, perhaps, towards pit. And that leaves this A site wide open. Searson's going to have himself a little bit of an angle on this smoke. And they throw down yet another. Tabson's going to take bomb from Searson so that he can just stay posted. And sure enough, if Alexi peeks this, he should be dead. A second chance for Searson.
They're going to save. Holy, surely not.
Somebody get the handcuffs.
We're going to need the, yeah. Of course, we're gonna watch that back shortly. My goodness gracious. What a way to get the kill. Now, you know, who knows if he gets traded. It's still Big got that 1-for-1 opening, saw the lane setup. This is Xanteris. Nice kind of explosion on the MBK who is blind. Issa is put in place specifically to dodge a flash and trade in that spot, but he is definitely not touching any part of the ground.
Oh my god.
Don't laugh about that.
That's one of those kills that would be glorious in third person.
Define glorious.
Fantastic, phenomenal. I'll let it speak for itself, man.
Oh my god. Oh no, you're right. You're right. It was.
How does Issa not just slam his head through the wall?
I'd be so pissed off. Holy crap.
And that is the way, ladies and gentlemen, Big Clan take 15 on their opponent's map pick after going down to a 9-round spree. OG's T side looked fantastic, and Big Clan's one step better. This one's not over yet, but man, with a shot like that, it sure feels it.
My favorite part was when Tizian said, "Hugh, Hugh."
How do you recover from that?
Big info. Xanteris takes a quick peek out mid. Ooh, lots of damage done to the CTs. They'll press up, but oh, look at Issa. He's coming back for revenge. And he'll get some. He does some good damage to answer back. Mantu, oh, he's getting spotted, pushing out. But the awkward duel comes to a close. He'll try to reroute now. For the CTs, it's not the best position ever. I think Mantu, he's actually got an op in his hands. See him run out and charge with that CZ. He knows that someone's low health on that side of the map. 2 players in B. 1 on the boost. Not something that we've seen so far from OG. Alexi, he's looking for this.
Oof, he
shot.
finds it.
Yeah, he'll find it. Xanteris low, Tizian low. You think they're
very much on keto here, but Valda, he's got his number. Spams him in the back as he attempts to cross over. These last 2 kills should be easy pickings for Valda, and sure enough, he just sweeps the board. So we
really great so far here on the T side.
And it's a good enough buy. Really only Tizian limited in terms of firepower. And then Xanteris light on nades. But you don't need a gun in Tizian's hands, and Xanteris doesn't need utility, so chalk it up basically 50-50. Early damage both directions.
This is
That's Valda low, and Valda has been a big piece to this success for OG CT side.
Imagine if they could see what we see, right? They would just walk up and do the execute into B. So they are lacking information top bracket, but so are OG. And now they're starting to walk around the corner. They haven't used too many nades. We're hearing a couple of footsteps. A player is leaving B, which they're blind gambling here on the stack.
On the 30th round.
Yeah.
Oh, but Alexi, he finds a headshot through the smoke. That is exactly what they needed. And on top of that, he's going to lay down an additional smoke. So Big Clan now walking in blind. Alexi, P250 spam. He doesn't get his rifle back out. That is exactly what Big needed. But bomb's yet to cross. Now it will. Everybody from Big Clan getting into the positions, but NBK, that frag grenade's fantastic. Doesn't stop the bomb plant, but he does shave Tizian out of this post-plant position, and there is no utility here for Big to try and stave this off. 3 players from OG already tagged, and Searson's off cuts down Issa, the only player who had full health. OG. It's not elimination on the line, but the upper bracket run coming in from Big. Searson goes for the re-peek, and one after another, they cut them down.
Talk to him. Searson in that round 30 moment.